Hey YouTubers and everybody else out there. Oh, that's kind of cool. Never seen my door from this perspective. I want a red door and I want it painted black. Something like that. Was it the Rolling Stones, I think? Anyways, okay. Just goofing off. I want to talk to you about the Excedrin effect. What is the Excedrin effect? Well, let's say between 10 and 15 years ago, 2005, in that area, maybe 2006 or 7. The company that makes Excedrin, the headache pills, had an issue of some reason. I don't know what it was, some sort of contamination, and they took it off all the shelves, and they didn't make it for a good 6-7 months. Well, it turns out, apparently, Excedrin is the over-the-counter medicine of choice for people that suffer from bad migraines. So, long story short, me being a prepper, I had already purchased cases of it. I had it already, nothing in mine. It was already in my storage. It had been there for a while. Well, it turns out people were buying it off eBay because they could not get it from anywhere else for $10 to $50 a bottle. A $3 bottle of Excedrin for anywhere from $10 to $50 a bottle. How do I know this? I had a lot of it back. So I said, why not? Let's see what happens. Ultimately, I had one lady in Washington State pay me $40 a bottle for 10 bottles. Yes. Part of me struggled with that. And another part said, you know what? If she's willing to pay that, I'm willing to sell it. My point in being of the Excedrin effect is what I call it. And I got to look at my little sheet to stay on track. People under stress who perceive their addiction as a need, let me say that again, people under stress who perceive their addiction as a need will pay any price. And they will almost do anything to satisfy that addiction. We see it every day. Meth heads, etc., etc. But I'm not going in that far, in that deep. Where am I going with this? I'm leading into investing in addictions. Something for you to think about in your massive world of preparation plans that we all deal with and think about from day to day. I don't think you should invest in any barter items until you've properly set yourself up for success with your own food stores, medications, etc. So let me lead with that. But once you get that point, you need to think about, and this is in a raw situation without rule of law, and a barter economy. Because right now in the present day, we invest in insurance, we invest in property, we invest in stocks, we invest in precious metals, we invest in medical insurance, all to protect us in the event that something bad happens. That's what our society does nowadays. But with the exception of precious metals, it doesn't do you a damn bit of good in a barter economy. Say we have an economic downslope. Go get them. Go get them. Dogs are barking at something. Who knows what they do? They do that. Alert me to. Oh, yeah, that's why they're barking. Somebody's walking down the road. Person walking down a rural road that nobody walks down. Keep your eye on. But anyways, people invest in insurance to protect themselves. But it's no good in a barter economy. It's not, except for probably precious metals and maybe a few rare other things that I haven't thought about. People invest in firearms and ammunition. Okay, I'll give you that. Barter economy, good. But I'm talking about, have you thought about investing in your own addictions and your other people's addictions? Bear with me. Bear with me. I tend to think way outside of the box. I tend to think into the dark recesses of everybody's mind, and I'm not afraid to talk about these things. Addictions like liquor, coffee, caffeine pills, tobacco, other over-the-counter meds, what is legal now may not be legal in the future. I'll give you an example. I used to use pseudoephedrine, Sudafed, all the time, years and years ago, for allergies and nasal congestion. And I saw the slippery slope coming, you know, once you had to show your ID, and then all of a sudden it moved into you can only buy so many of that every so many months, et cetera, et cetera. You being a prepper, guess what? I'm not worried about it. But anyways, have you thought about these things? Investing in people's addictions. And the reason I say this is it goes back to the Excedrin effect. And this is under a raw circumstance, and your own morals will guide you, but I argue that morals have no place in a raw circumstance. Let me rephrase that. Your morals should be flexible in a raw circumstance based on your and your family's survival and needs. I guess that's a better way to put it anyways, because people are going to argue, oh, my morals are hardcore and standard. That's a whole nother video. But I think you should invest. You should invest in liquors. You should invest in tobacco. You should invest in coffee, Vivarin, caffeine pills, because, going back to the Excedrin effect, people who perceive themselves, it's a perception, that they need these things, they don't really need them, they just don't want to go through the withdrawals of them, will pay just about any price. You may need, whatever, let's make something up. You may need another month's worth of some type of food item, flour, and this person may have tons of it, but they're dying from a headache, or they're shaking because they need some liquor. You may be able to trade them a minuscule amount of one of their addictions for an exorbitant amount of something you need. Capitalism? Yeah. I'm sorry I'm pausing here. I have some ADD action going on here, you know, trying to stay focused because my mind's a whirlwind. But another reason is if it gets down to where people are eating out of bucketed food, those are very basic foods, very bland, and they get real old real fast. Here's another one I didn't mention. I invest in candy, hard candies, licorice, lots of chocolate, things like that. Somebody eating out of their buckets for a few months, to get a piece of chocolate for themselves or their kids, they're going to pay for it. I invest in the hard candies as a gesture of friendship, as a stress reliever for young children, to make them feel a little more comfortable under the stresses of what life might be like. I invest in a lot of things. Not so much to trade. Honestly, my nature is just to make other people feel comfortable. I can think in a dark, dark place. I can go there, but that's not who I am. But I urge you, think about these things. Think about investing in addictions. Keyword, investing in addictions. It sounds crazy, but the reality is you may need to do it. All right, I could keep going on and on. I'm starting to ramble, I guess. I don't know how long this video is. I hope it turns out. I'm using an old cell phone to shoot this video. And but anyways, please subscribe, like my channel. Please refer other people to my channel. I am going to start growing it. I'm going to start making more videos, and I will be honest with you. I got a little note here, and I'm going to make a whole video on this. A lot of people are afraid to talk about nasty little thoughts that linger in the back of our minds, nasty little thoughts that challenge our own present-day morals. The what ifs, the what ifs. The what ifs, will my morals stand up to that? They're afraid to talk about that. They're afraid to challenge that. But I'm going to start making videos talking about that, making you think about that, inviting you to think about that. I don't make anybody do nothing. I invite them to think about these things, because under certain circumstances, I believe your morals can be flexible to a point. There are lines you cannot cross, but there are lines that you may need to cross as needed. All right, guys, I babbled enough. I do good at that. Thank you very much. Like I said, subscribe. Please refer my channel to other people. If there are other Facebook pages that you belong to and I post this on one, please share it to another Facebook page, or share the link from my video. You can go in and click on share in the video and then copy the link and put it on another page. Please help me grow this channel. I love hearing from other people. I love hearing ideas, and I feel compelled to talk to other people about what goes on in my head. I am not right on everything, and I enjoy hearing other people's perspective, because it does help me shape mine a little more. All right, guys, take it easy. Gals, take it easy, and keep on prepping. Just take one little baby step at a time, as I say, and as long as you're moving forward in something, you'll be all right in the future.